Hello, hello. It's time for Fishing Friends. Hello, everybody. This is Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny, and there's no Gina tonight, unfortunately. But I do have my little buddy Lazuli here that likes to stand up on my glasses. He's pretty funny. But yeah, Gina is at a Christmas party, which was a little bit unexpected, she said, but it just kind of popped up. So, hey, that's where I was last weekend. So that's why we didn't have Fishing Friends last weekend. But I decided to just go ahead and do one myself. And, she might end up popping in later or something. Who knows? Because she sometimes does that, over at a friend's house. But it's just going to be me tonight. So let's see. All the way super early, which I guess was like super late at night for her. Collaboration of Curiosities 2.0. How's it going, Adele? Guess you're probably not watching now. You're probably asleep or something like that. So we'll just say, or maybe you're waking up now. Maybe it's early enough in the morning. Who knows? But you're probably going to watch the replay or something. So, thanks for saying hi. Liquid Rock Aquatics. If you're not here at the beginning, you're doing some plumbing and recording a video. So, yeah, good for you, man. Be Wizzle Aquatics, great to see you. Lady Rorschach, hey there, hey there. Sky Dancer, how's it going? Great to see you guys. Yeah, I had a pretty decent week for sure, Um so yeah, last week I had my Christmas party, and that was a lot of fun um at my friend's house. What's up, Jimmy P? Great to see you. That was a lot of fun. My friend is like, she is a host and a half. Like, her husband, he made the turkey and like cooked dinner. That's pretty much what he did. And she did like absolutely everything else. And she had like gift bags for everybody. And she bought gifts for literally everybody, to where we did like a rob your neighbor game and played a couple other games to get rid of a couple other gifts and all that stuff too. Like, so she bought like, 10 like little gift sets and stuff like that, which was awesome. And the one that I ended up winning was like this Ford Mustang inspired like shampoo, aftershave, and cologne set, which, I don't know. I guess I smell like a brand new Mustang now or something like that. But I don't know. I kind of needed a new cologne or whatever. So I'm definitely using that. Not too sure about the shampoo or the aftershave, because I mean, obviously, I'm not like really shaving or anything like that. And I got a pretty good shampoo. I don't really want to use like one of those 3-in-1 sort of things. So I take good care of my hair. So, what's up, buddy? Um, but yeah, that was that Christmas party. And then, I had a pretty good week in sales as far as work goes. I did have one like really bad day, which affected my ability to get the higher commission level. So I was still short like by like $200 overall in the week to get a higher commission level, which kind of sucked. But I did end up getting a whole bunch of like Christmas cards and little gifts and stuff from like a lot of my customers, especially on Thursday. On Thursday, I came home with like $100 in cash from just Christmas cards, and I got a whole bunch of like cookies, and like I got a little gift. I don't. Oh, That's what was in there. I got a couple gift cards, my a gift card to IHOP, which you don't go to IHOP often, but I mean, hey, I get that, and then got a gift card to Amazon as well, um, which is pretty cool. So yeah, my customers are. I got some really cool customers. That bird, he cracks me up too. What's up, Crypt Keeper Aquatics? Great to see you. Um, and then I don't know. Yeah, so I got myself some different things. At I think I talked about it on my fishing friends 2 weeks ago. That I was talking to my uncle and stuff and with their 3D printer and how they had like a 3D printer and different stuff, and I wanted to get some stuff made. I ended up like ordering some stuff, and so I ordered myself this 3D printed cuttlefish, which I picked the rainbow because of their like color changing stuff. But man, it definitely came out really awesome. So the bottom of the legs is like that kind of greenish blue color, and then the top is kind of a bronze color, and then it just changes from like red to purple to green to kind of like blue at the tips, and it's really sweet. And well, I guess the blue is kind of in there in between the purple and the green, and I don't know, but yeah, it's a really cool cuttlefish, and like the detail is actually pretty sweet, and it's got like, the movable legs and all that. Um, but yeah, I had this little octopus, that I had gotten before, but cuttlefish are like my thing, so so I got my first cuttlefish, now, and um also when I was there I bought it on Etsy, and then I ended up getting an email about a 10% off coupon, so that's when I ordered um the Aztec death whistle, which is just you know I'm gonna I'm gonna play it, but it doesn't sound. It always sounds way creepier in person than it does on the microphone. But I haven't tested it with like this microphone yet, so I'm gonna kind of step away from it a little bit so it's not like too sensitive. But then it takes a whole lot of air, but I don't know. It's probably not nearly as good as like a true authentic like Aztec death whistle, but like yeah, it's pretty sweet because it was 3D printed, but it takes a whole lot of air, and it just sounds like a person just screaming. It's terrible. And yes, I am such a big kid. I know I'm a big kid. That's fine. That's fine with me. But yeah, I've been getting a whole lot of different cuttlefish stuff because I'm getting myself all ready for when I get my cuttlefish too. And I finally got myself a glass cutting tool, and some sandpaper and stuff. So I'm getting ready to actually take the time to start building my sump. And I'll be filming that. But I did a lot of filming today to hopefully get. I still need just a few more shots, but I finished up most of my filming for my next parody song now. Finally, um, so I'm probably gonna finish up the rest of the filming tomorrow and maybe get a lot of the editing done and hopefully get that out soon. But I'm probably gonna actually just release it next year since we're halfway through the month already. We'll just wait until the end of the year and then I'll release it. Um, but yeah, I want to get that done, and then I'll start working on some other stuff to document because I'm trying to not take up too much, you know, storage space on my phone because that's where I have all my videos. And you stop getting on my glasses, please. Oh, Jesus. I don't like him on my glasses because I really just don't want him to like poop on my nose or something like that. Because literally his butt's just like right there. But yeah. What was I saying? I don't know. This guy is just being insane. Hey Adele, you are joining us. Excellent. Thank you for being here. I like seeing you. But yes, did a lot of filming today. I hope to get that parody song out soon. And then start filming myself making my sump for my saltwater tank and all that because I'm all paid up for a lot of my bills for the month, so it's like my next several paychecks can go to doing some work on my saltwater tank and get that going. Watching Serpa Design, he put out a video I believe today of him building his first saltwater tank, and it's like he's been keeping fish for a good long time and all that, and so it was nice to watch him be kind of humbled and learning all new stuff the same way I've been kind of learning all new stuff with what type of corals and stuff to get, with getting cuttlefish and kind of practicing setting up rocks in different ways, and so it's gonna be fun. Joe Coffee, what's up? What's up? Vibes Aquatics, what's cracking? What's crack-a-lacking? We have to build a sump, and then we need to get a protein skimmer, and I need to get an overflow box. I guess, yep, an overflow box, and get that situated. Borrow Gina's drill to drill the back of the tank to fit the overflow box. Hey. You want to stand on the microphone? No. You okay? I forgot what I was gonna talk about. Oh yeah, I also got some other cool stuff. A friend, I've had these kind of pictures for a while, but I haven't really shown them. But I recently, yesterday, one of my friends gave me this. And so I'm going to put this up. It's made out of like aluminum or whatever. And I giggled at it. I really wish it would actually didn't have the fish and it was just a beware of fish bigger. It also says not responsible for injury or death. You have been warned. I'm gonna put that on the door into the fish room. It has little holes on it to where I can put two tiny little nails or whatever into the door, or just kind of screw it in. Wow, the lighting! There we go. Lighting is fixed now from holding that up. But yeah, I forgot to I forgot to show these off, like when I originally first like got them or whatever. I won this in a in like a giveaway on like a Stephen P 2003 Aquatics channel giveaway. It's a type, I think it's a zebra pleco, or I don't know, but Nori Vossen, the fine artist, that's who did that. And then Priscilla did this one. I got this in like a giveaway, I believe. It's a Celestial Pearl Danio, and I think it's watercolor. And man, it's just fantastic. I think her channel is Swiss Aquatics, or it might be something different now, but I think it was Swiss Aquatics. Yeah. How's the Renaissance Fair going? What do you mean? How's the Renaissance Fair going? I don't have a Renaissance. How did the camera angle change? I must have bumped the camera or something. James B, what's up? Oh, I remember what else I was going to talk about now. I shared it on my community tab. But I want you guys to take a look. So right now I have this, my store, glassboxhero.org. But yeah, I recently came out with some new products. I have my flamboyant cuddler sticker, and then I believe it's about, it's like, I think it's like 2 inches across this way, so probably about 2.5. It's about 3 inches in diameter all around, I believe. And then I have a t-shirt, nothing on the back. And I did add a crew neck sweatshirt and a hoodie. I'm gonna add a woman's hoodie as well. I just haven't added that yet because I want to. It keeps crashing on me and stuff. Yeah, there's a little cuttlefish. It says "Want to cuddle," and it's available in pretty much, the colors that are available in on the cuttlefish that were there. Some shirts have some different designs, like the classic tee has some different colors available, so I was able to get pink. And the comfort tee did not have some stuff. I think some of the hoodies, like the premium tee, actually had like yellow and all that as well. So if you wanted, like a premium color, there's lots of different colors available. But yeah, and also if you see right at the top, if you put in the code Cuddle25, 25 is in for Christmas, not the amount off, you'll get 15% off your order. And then all profits that I'm getting directly on the Cuttlefish shirts and stickers are going directly to cuttlefish conservation groups. It is the cuttlefish. Oh, my date? Oh, yeah, there's nothing with that at all. Nothing at all. Yeah, there's the CCI, the Cuttlefish Conservation Initiative. My favorite cephalopod. Exactly. My favorite cephalopod too, but my favorite fish in general. All cephalopods are really, really cool. You know, the octopus, the nautilus. Man, I hadn't. So, now I'm looking back and I can. It was completely stupid to even imagine it or whatever, but I had a dream the other night that I actually completely forgot that I even had a dream the other night. But yeah, it was I was looking at my own fish tank. In my dream it was way bigger though. It was probably a 300-gallon fish tank or whatever. And I saw this little probably about the size of a golf ball or whatever, nautilus swim in there. I'm like, oh, I got a living nautilus in my fish tank. I remember even saying that in the dream or whatever. And this is wow, that's kind of funny. Kimberly Holtz, what's up? How's it going? Great to see you. So I didn't record the plumbing video. I didn't know if anyone would even watch how to solder brass valves anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Some people watch stuff, some people don't. I'm more am filming a lot of things just for my own documentation uh purposes. Like when I'm gonna film myself making my sump and all that, really I have no idea what I'm doing more than anybody else does. I've watched a lot of other videos on making sumps. I've never cut glass before, so that's going to be a whole experience in itself. And I've never taken apart a fish tank either, like breaking it down and taking all the plastic off and cutting the silicone. So that's going to be a whole experience in itself. So while my video is going to kind of be a tutorial-ish sort of thing, it's not going to be a true tutorial video. It's more just going to be a step by step, this is what I did. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh, but yeah, the reason I'm showing this tank, um let me make it bigger if I can. Yeah, there we go. um the resolution isn't that great for some reason, probably because my phone is in the back side of the house surrounded by a bunch of fish tanks, and it has limited Wi-Fi capabilities. I recently upgraded my Wi-Fi. I now get a thousand megs a second, um, and it's fantastic speeds. But my phone has limited capabilities, only allows up to 300. So that's just kind of what it is. But especially in the back of the house, it's not going to get even that high based off of what its limited capabilities are, based off the technology that's in there. Do you need to tear down a tank or just cut a slot to drop in glass panels? Well, see, that is the thing is I'm going to take a 20-gallon long, and I I'm hopefully gonna maybe figure out a way to where I don't have to. Well, I guess I would have to take the top off or cut slits or something. But yeah, what the other tank is what I'm talking. I'm I have a 10-gallon, and well, I have a couple 10 gallons, but yeah, I have a 10-gallon tank that I'm gonna tear down to get the extra glass from. So that one I have to tear down. Um, but the 20 long I don't necessarily have to tear down, but you're right, I might actually have to take the top plastic panel off of that. Even the extra glass silicone would hold it just as good as the frame, so it wouldn't necessarily need the plastic frame on top. So I'll probably still end up cutting that off. Uh, yeah, I didn't even think about having to do that. So thanks for putting that into my head that I have to do that. Have you checked with any glass companies about scrap pieces? Uh no, I definitely haven't. But like I said, I actually got like 2 or 3 extra 10 gallons that I could set up, but honestly I don't want to set up because like I already feel like I have too many fish tanks to take care of. Um I'm doing the best that I can with the time that I have, but I'm also potentially thinking about maybe changing jobs up or something like that because I just don't really feel like I have the time that I wish I did. I'm putting in way too many hours uh, for the pay that I'm getting. I could potentially work. I'm I'm not gonna get into the pay that I'm making, but I want to make more money and I want to work less hours. So I want to find a different job that'll allow me to do that. Because I need more time to devote into my fish and some other stuff that I want to do and my pond, and I just don't feel like I have enough time to do like anything anymore. I'm trying the best I can, but I still just feel like I just don't have enough time. They're up there schmoozing through the cages right now. The Nano Aquarium guy, great to see you. More pay with this, less hours is something I've been trying to find also. Exactly. I hope I'm able to find the right job. I really enjoy my job and I really like my customers and all that, but I just don't have enough time for myself anymore really to do what I want to do. I just like I work like 10 to 11 hours a day. I mean, whether it's 10 to 11 hours, I'm still gone at least 11 hours of my day. And so I'm pretty much working the entire time of daylight, especially over winter. So I just don't really feel like I have enough time to get like anything done. And a lot of my tanks are showing that I need to trim up a lot of the plants and I need to clean out a lot of the blackbeard algae and some different stuff. But you'll all will see the status of some of my tanks in my latest parody video or whatever. But I don't care. It is what it is, and I still have happy and healthy fish. And what's really, really crazy is another reason that I'm showing this tank as it is right now is because of the swordtails. That mama swordtail that was hit from the triple crown is still producing little bitty babies. I swear I saw a couple teeny tiny new babies again uh, the other day when I was looking in there. And so that means that like even like 4 or 5 months later now, she's still. I think it's been 5 months now. It's May, June, July. So August, September, October, November, December. Yeah. 5 months later, nearly, or 4.5, 5 months later, she's still producing fry. So that's amazing. Smash that like button, y'all. Send out that notification. Scuba Stevo's Aquatics. What's up? A 4-mile drive took 90-minute drive. Road rage is a real thing. Oh, exactly. And that's another thing too that like since I drive for a living, like I deal with all the idiots on the road all the time and that kind of sucks. What's this hashtag Aussie thing? What am I missing? Too coolie for schoolie. Hey, I love that name. Too coolie for schoolie. I missed Adele's line. Oh, yeah. Adele was live. Nice. So, okay. So she sent over people. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I was doing other stuff. I had a lot of stuff to try and get done today because, like I said, I work so much that Saturday I got to get everything done. Because if I don't get it done on Saturday, then I have to get it done on Sunday. And a lot of times, if I don't get it done on Saturday, then I'm not going to do it on Sunday either. So it's like I just got to make myself do it. Like I almost didn't film for the parody song and stuff today too because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough time or just even the motivation to do it. And sure enough, I did. I just made myself do it. Cat's knocking everything off the TV stand to get to your birds. Wow. Skull Aquatics. I also am going to go back to Marine Solutions and get that giant rock for my saltwater tank. It's like a extra large arch, and I'm going to use that on one side with some other rocks around it. Oh, I did. Yes, I did another parody song. I've been working on a few, but I just don't have the time that I used to with all like when I worked at the pet store. When I worked at the pet store, I didn't have any money, but I had time. Especially when she wasn't giving me hours. Like I had a lot of time to put stuff out. Um, and then I did a video of one cat watching Adele's fish. Nice. But yes, I have another one that's like all finished the song, and I've just been filming little bits here and there to try and gather up enough footage, and I almost have all the footage done now. I'm gonna hopefully get the rest of the footage tomorrow, and maybe even do some editing tomorrow and get the video put out at the start of next year. And I didn't even say hi officially to only Oscars. I've been talking to you, and I didn't even say hi to you. Fish dreams. Hello, parrot. When a pussy smells fishy. Yeah, that's an interesting. I like watching videos of cats knocking stuff down. Hello. What you doing? There you go. Good bird. Scratching your screen. Well, it's just, you saying the wrong words. Yeah, you sing the wrong words. Yeah, that's the point. That is the point. I said, yeah, good bird. Mwah, good bird. I now have two sweet parakeets. Yes, it's Danny's fault. I know, because they're amazing. Even when he chews on my gauge, they're just so much fun. I shouldn't laugh at a disabled man, but oh my god, it's too funny. Oh, yeah. Love you parody songs. They're the best. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. After this one, though, um, I'm taking a little break from writing my own parody song and putting more time and effort into one that I'm working on for the Amazing Diver Man, because he's requested a theme song. Um, so I'm working on that without, I can't reveal too much about, that. Gotta go. The master calls. Well, later, June. It was great to see you. And then after that one for the Amazing Diver Man, I believe Lady Rorschach also requested one. So that should be fun. The one for Lady Rorschach, honestly, should be a little bit easier than the one that I'm working on for the Amazing Diver Man, because oh, that's sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, the duckweed dance. Yeah, it's duckweed dance, duckweed blitz, or whatever. It's fine. Terry's Tropical Tanks always said I should have called it the duckweed blitz, and it's just like no, because one, everybody was always saying the duckweed dance at Danny King Aquatics and different things or whatever too, and it's the duckweed dance. It's not about just like getting rid of the duckweed, like it's what happens, like it's the duckweed dance, like the duckweed will go from one tank to another tank. It'll just start from a little bit and then to explode into a huge amount of duckweed. Like you'll try to get rid of it and you think you will, and all of a sudden you'll just have a tank covered in it again. Like the whole thing is the duckweed dance, like, so yeah. And then there's the actual, like, the dance thing or whatever too. You sing the wrong words. I say the wrong words. We are even. Yeah. Well, see, I have no idea what my commission is. I might have dropped that too soon, but yeah, I would love theme songs. So I know what your commission is. I'm funny, cool them up. As soon as I'm better, I can try sending some audio segments. Yeah. See, I think yours will be easier because you're looking at more like a 30-second like little jingle sort of thing, I'm assuming. Whereas he's looking for more of like a 1 minute long, like full sort of theme song. And which is totally fine. I can at least say that his is based off of the Amazing Spider-Man theme. Um, I'm doing it off of like the original like cartoon theme song. Um, but I'm doing it all. Diver Man, but he requested a special twist of it. So I'm having to put a lot of extra work into it. So his is probably going to be a little bit, higher sort of commission than yours would be anyway. See, yeah, that would be interesting. Um, that would be interesting. It's just a matter of we didn't breathe the hybrids. Yeah, there's a lot of different things or whatever that you can do. I have so many different parody songs in my head. It's just like, you know, the first few were like really simple to put out, but now it's like I've already done it. So now it's like I want to put a whole lot more work into it. Like you can only film yourself standing in different angles playing guitar and bass and all this other stuff so many times to where like eventually like you just kind of run out of angles and you run out of new things or whatever. So I'm trying to put more effort into the parody video now. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't just popped out another one yet as well. Uh but yeah, you're thinking just an intro, outro, like a 30-second thing, like Rorschach, Lady Rorschach. It's Rorschach, lady. Yeah. Are the mugs? Yes, my mugs are. The mugs are microwave safe, and unlike a lot of people with their mugs, I picked the black mug, so it's it's black all the way around. It's not like one of those like colored printings on a white mug. And this was the first one I ordered. The image is a little crooked, but since this one, I've fixed the image and gotten it actually centered now. Scamming the scene in St. Louis tonight. What's up, Mika M? It is St. Louis, right? Yes, it is St. Louis. I'm in St. Louis. I don't know what the scamming the scene, but yes, Lady Rorschach, will you live stream? She will eventually. She's gonna get to that point. We all get to that point, or maybe not. But it can also be used just in videos and all that. I still need to make like an actual like official ending video to my live streams. I've just been using the Fish Fam Link video that Mystery Snail Guardians made for well anybody that wants one made, and it's really nice and it's good and it does the job. But yeah, I haven't made one for myself yet. I've been thinking about something or whatever. But I'm doing the whole like fish and friends thing for right now. We'll just keep this going, fish and friends until whoever knows when. I might come up with a new idea sometime down the road. Maybe get a new co-host, maybe not have a co-host. We'll see. She will be trying to do so next year. Proper equipment. You just need a camera, a lighting, camera, lighting, and a microphone. So, but you don't even necessarily need all of that. What you really just need is a decent cell phone and lighting. You can do it all through your cell phone. It's just it's more difficult with the chat. The chat's a lot smaller. Um, but yeah, I have it on my computer, and my computer's directly on my television in front of me, and so it's nice and big, and throwing out concepts for a live stream layout. Nice. Sup, dude? Merry Christmas. Yes, what's up, RAY Aquatics? Are you channel for Fish Fam with Santa? No, I am not. So, um, I because I've been so busy with different things, and you know I haven't been watching as much Fish Fam videos and all that stuff, unfortunately, and so I kind of forgot about like Fish Fam Christmas this year. Um, I kind of planned to be a part of it this year, especially since I have more of a regular live stream, but I just kind of forgot about it, forgot to sign up, and then all of a sudden people were like, "Oh yeah, Fish Fam Christmas," and they're doing it a lot differently this year, which is interesting. How they're kind of telling people like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it on this night, and we're gonna have, this as the giveaway," and so it's like, "Oh, that's really really interesting," but no, I am not participating. Um, but I was talking with Gina a little bit earlier when she was telling me that she couldn't stream tonight. I was asking if she was available next week because next week is Christmas Eve, and I do plan to live stream. Um, I'm not sure if she's going to be joining me or not. I'm hoping she will be. She's talking about might be at her sister's house because her sister is planning something for Christmas Eve, but she might be done early enough to do the live stream. Who knows? Um, but the I will be doing my own Christmas special next week. Aside from uh, Fish Fam Christmas, so uh, I was gonna talk about it a little bit later, but since it's now chat or whatever, yeah, I still show how to use the phone as a webcam and how to use a green screen. Yeah, see, I need to get myself a green screen too. I think, though, a green screen isn't really necessary. It would be better than at least having this reflection of myself, in this fish tank behind me. It would be a lot cooler to have just like a cutout of me and this chair with a green screen behind the chair, and then be able to make myself a smaller image and use, an image, a video of my fish tank directly behind me. That would be a lot cooler, and that's what I would like to do. And I got myself like a green sheet, the greenest sheet I could find, but it came through more gray than green on the camera, and so like yeah, it didn't work. Like if you remember some of my live streams from like last year, like yeah, I was trying to use a green screen and it didn't work. So I tried to more focus on getting like a better view behind me. Um but yeah, I would like to actually get like a real green screen and set that up, uh because it wouldn't be too hard. I just need to get one and set it up. Did I mail this stuff? Yes or no? Since I'm late to the stream, no, I did not. um oh, they're saying like the gifted channel is giving, not the actual time or stream. Okay, okay, well, what's in that tank, Danny? Well, the tank behind me just has a bunch of rocks in it right now. But I've been messing around with stacking them in different ways. uh, but I got to get more rocks, and that's gonna be my saltwater tank eventually. Uh, and I'm gonna have cuttlefish in there. But first, I got to get the reef set up. I'm gonna get a whole setup with a reef. Uh, Gina already has a bunch of corals for me that she's been taking care of, and I'm gonna get some more corals, and I'm probably gonna get a bunch of snails and maybe a few like little crabs and stuff to go around. Um, but I can't really get too much of anything. The snails should be fine. Not sure about the crabs eventually, but at least for the time being, I can have some crabs. But eventually, once I get the reef going and I'm happy with it, and everything is growing, and the corals are all happy where they are, and I'm comfortable with taking care of the reef, and I'm getting good on my weekly water changes and stuff like that. That's when I will then order flamboyant cuttlefish eggs, and you know put some eggs in some of the macroalgae and stuff that's growing in the tank, and just allow the eggs to hatch in the tank naturally, and feed baby brine shrimp and older brine shrimp. And I plan to set up another saltwater tank that I will be breeding mollies and maybe some other like peppermint shrimp or something in, to have more live food for the cuttlefish as they continue to grow. Yeah, I'm so far out of touch. Like, yeah, I'm really far out of touch, unfortunately. It's, I mean, I say unfortunately, but I don't know, like, I'm kind of happy, kind of taking a little bit of a step back in certain ways, because I'm pretty competitive, and I was getting too involved at some point, and I feel like in general, like, the fish fam has kind of been taken over by some people, which is fine. Um and they can do their thing and all that stuff and make it like this big deal, but I'm just kind of like, I'm just going to kind of keep doing my thing. And maybe I'll kind of get more involved a little bit, when I have more time again. Um, but yeah, I've been trying to focus on. It's hard to like really focus on, like my own personal life and focusing on YouTube. And I've been over this past year, like I spent my first like couple years really trying to invest a lot into YouTube, and this past year I spent more time trying to invest into myself while still trying to maintain my YouTube channel. And I'm really happy with what I've been investing into myself, and I've been getting my life on track. And I realize, now that I'm limited in what I can do, and I can only do what I can. And, you know, I was trying to do things, um, like I already had a million subscribers, and I was spending so much money on different things that I was being really irresponsible in a lot of different ways. And so I've been trying to, I don't know, be a better adult. And I'm getting older as time goes on, and you know I'm trying to put myself out there. Just yep, and just be you. That's why I come to share exactly. But yeah, like my 40-gallon breeder, um, the one that I've has always been my favorite tank, uh, has recently just been like one of my least favorite tanks to look at. It's just been completely covered in blackbeard algae, and it's like at the point where it's like I could pull it out, but it'd be so much work to pull it out to where I might not have any plants left and stuff like that. To where, like, yeah, what's up, Dana Kid Aquatics? And so that one, I'm thinking about, tearing that tank down, uh, moving those fish into my other 55-gallon, not this one that I'm showing on screen, but my other 55-gallon that I have just a few white cloud minnows in. Yeah, move all uh the flying fox and the harlequin rasboras, and I think there's a couple chili rasboras in there still. Move all them over into the other 55-gallon tank and clean that tank out, salvage as many of the plants as I can salvage, and move those into, whatever tank I want to move the plants into, and then uh, transform that 40-gallon breeder into a saltwater tank for the mollies and the shrimp and all that stuff. Oh yeah, I heard the Vikings had a fantastic game, Kenny. I don't even watch football, but somebody told me that they had, a really great game. So that's awesome. Turn my 40 breeder into shrimp and pleco tank. Well, yeah, I'm gonna turn my 40 breeder into a shrimp and molly tank. Saltwater though. And just let them all just breed like crazy. And then, yep, use various sizes for food for the various sizes of cuttlefish that I might have. But I've heard too that, various cuttlefish, because there's different species of cuttlefish. Um, a lot of them can end up just being cannibalistic as well. So who knows what it'll end up like. Um, I know the flamboyant cuttlefish are smaller, so hopefully they'll have different areas in the tank that they can kind of go to where I they don't just all kill each other, at least not right away. But if they do end up killing each other, and I just end up with one left, then at least I still have a cuttlefish. Like, it's kind of sad to think about, but it is what it is. Like, um, I'm trying. I think it's the cheapest route and probably the coolest way to go about it would be to get eggs and to hatch the eggs, because I really like to just have all the content available to me as possible with these cuttlefish. I'd like to film the eggs all through the various stages of growth. Where you see the teeny tiny, like, microscopic cuttlefish growing in there and all that stuff. And I want to film them when they're hatching, if possible. And I want to see them growing. And then I hope to eventually get the cuttlefish to potentially even breed in the tank and, lay their own eggs. And then I can continue the cycle again, because they only live like a year and a half. So I'm hoping to get the most out of this year and a half as I possibly can. And that's why I'm really taking my time setting it up too, because I want to get the best sort of environment for these guys as possible to just give them the best life and get the most out of them for myself that I can. Because, I mean, I might not be able to, do this sort of thing farther down the road. Who knows? Uh, so Yeah, cuttlefish are so cute in a way. Exactly, they really are. They're cute. They're cool. Um, and then yeah, I think everybody should get into salt at some point. I really am excited to get into it. I've never heard of keeping cuttlefish. Exactly. See, I never heard of keeping cuttlefish either. I didn't know that that was something that you could actually do. And then, like, I did more research, and it turns out like they are incredibly smart creatures and all that, but they're not as difficult to keep as octopus because they they're not programmed to escape everything. They don't have the same sort of like sticky. I mean, they do have like grabby tentacles, but they don't they don't get their way out of tanks and try and do all that other sort of stuff that like octopus do, where you have to get a tank that has like absolutely no way to escape it. And so you can keep them in a reef as long as there's no like stinging corals and all that. So basically, the same sort of corals that are seahorse safe are cuttlefish safe. Um, More like schoolfish. I don't know that one. I love how I pointed at. You say that, but I have blackbeard algae growing right out of the hang on the back filter and right underneath the flow and all that stuff. It doesn't like moving water in my experience, but I've also seen people use a power head directly on it and had it, doing all the waves and all that. So yeah, it's just everywhere. And I don't know. I think it's too late. But I also know that I want to use a 40-gallon breeder anyway to breed the mollies and the shrimp in anyway. I want a plenty big tank to do that. And I like the layout of it, the floor plan. So I don't know. I think that's probably just the best thing to do. And yeah, bound to be at the bottom. Yeah, see, they're bound to spend more of their time in like, not necessarily in caves, but more cuttlefish will spend their time sort of like hovering around in the reef and all that. Whereas the flamboyant cuttlefish actually spends most of its time on the substrate, kind of walking around. Um, Let me uh, so the here we go. Share screen. So yeah, they tend to spend more of their time on the substrate. Yep, the toxic flamboyant cuttlefish is one of the few species that mate face to face. So they mate similarly to tarantulas. So I'm not sure if their care is the same as tarantulas, where you have to like, keep them solitary and only introduce them during breeding time. But it looks like they have a few of them together here in this little thing together. Now those are little babies, and it might only be temporary, but sure enough, whatever. But yeah, they are absolutely adorable. They are super duper colorful. The flamboyant cuttlefish gets its name because it stands out, whereas all the other cuttlefish spend more of their time um actually like trying to be camouflaged. Yeah, look at the mating. It's very interesting. So that's probably, looking at it compared to that guy, that is probably the largest it will get. They get about 3 inches, 3.5 inches. You were asking how big do they get fish streams? That's how big they get, about 3.5 inches. And whereas some other cuttlefish get quite large, I believe the Australian giant cuttlefish gets closer to a foot long, like the size of like an NFL football, basically. And this is most of the colors that you'll see with a flamboyant cuttlefish: grayscale, purple scale, bits of yellow, and then like a purple rock when it's trying to ambush. Because it's more of like an ambush predator, and it stalks on. Uh, let me see. Stalking. I don't know. You can look up some really cool videos on YouTube of flamboyant cuttlefish, but yeah, they use like their abdomen area, and like their like, I don't remember what they call their like fin thing, but they kind of like use their abdomen to kind of walk on the bottom like this, and they stalk their prey and they ambush their prey, whereas most other cuttlefish kind of hover above their prey and sneak up on it in the water and use like their colors and stuff to kind of more or less hypnotize their prey. Um, the the flamboyant cuttlefish does it from the substrate, and they're really really cool. And yeah, there's squid are closely like there's cephalopods as well, but there's some amazing like cephalopod. Um, there's some amazing cephalopods out there. I'm trying to find this poster thing that I was looking at. That has like all these different looking cephalopods on this poster because it's so cool. Um, there we go. Let me share this. The cephalopoda poster. Dang. Well, so it's got like this butterfly looking one that's a deep sea cephalopod. And there's these different cuttlefish and squids that all look very similar. Um, let me see. Open image in new tab. There we go. Let me share the other screen. There we go. So you got the Dumbo octopus that's like super adorable, and the Metopsia pfefferi, the flamboyant cuttlefish, the giant squid. But yes, it's like butterfly, Tremoctopus violaceus, or whatever, like the viola octopus is what I believe it's called. It's got these like rainbow like wings because there's like webbing in between its tentacles, but not all of its tentacles. And the wonder puss, the Pacific giant octopus, and the different nautilus, and where's the Oh yeah, the blue circle octopus. Those guys are crazy. Everyone would want a cuttlefish looking like that. So interesting. Well, the thing about it too is the flamboyant cuttlefish is both toxic and venomous. So I need to be extra careful in cleaning their tank because though the likeliness of me getting bit by one is fairly low, especially when they're, but I don't know, like you never know. The tiny ones might be super curious because they are very, very smart creatures. Like they're saying they have like the intelligence of like a 4 year old, if not like higher than that, if like more than that. But so they might be super curious or whatever. Um and want to like, figure me out and all that stuff and might just accidentally bite me with their little beak. And but yes, they are venomous and they are toxic. So yeah, I can't eat these guys as well. Um, because there's some people that eat cuttlefish. You can When I was looking for like cuttlefish eggs and different things like that on the internet, I was actually finding like where you can order like cuttlefish meat or whatever for like sushi from the internet as well, which is very, very interesting. And I'm kind of interested to see what cuttlefish might taste like. But no, I couldn't eat these guys when I grow them out. Though you can eat the like Australian giant cuttlefish, and there's a cuttlefish in like Japan, and that's where cuttlefish hunting is bigger, is over in like Japan and stuff, or cuttle fishing, or I don't know what you would call it. But yeah, that's the big thing with saltwater too. Is there's stinging corals, there's stinging fish, and all that. When it comes to freshwater, you have a very few fish that you really need to worry about. It's the piranhas, the pikes, the um, snakeheads, maybe. But there's like a few fish that you might have to worry about of them like trying to bite you and actually like potentially causing damage or whatever. But when it comes to salt water, like there's so many different things in salt water that could kill you. And maybe not necessarily kill you, but at least cause some serious damage or whatever else too. Like there's fish that sting you, lionfish and all that sort of stuff. There's fish that um are just incredibly aggressive and all that sort of stuff. Most of those are like, way too big, for fish tanks. We're talking barracuda and sharks and all that sort of stuff. But then like, yeah, you got like the little poisonous fish and the toxic fish, like, puffer fish and all that sort of stuff. And you got the stinging corals. Like you can't just go rubbing your hands around on anything because you might hit a stinging anemone or jellyfish or other sorts of things like that. So it kind of freaks people out in that way too, because you know I for one kind of like putting my hands in my fish tanks and just getting stuff done that way. And so you know, on the one hand, I know I'm not going to be able to get any sort of like stinging corals and stuff like that because I want to keep the best care for my cuttlefish. So I'm not going to have to worry about the corals per se, um, or any of the macro algae that I'll be trying to grow as well. Because I want to have a really nice, pretty tank, just full of all different sorts of colors and things like that. But yeah, especially when I start, actually with the cuttlefish, like, yeah, I should probably be careful because I'm not sure if any hospitals around here will have a flamboyant cuttlefish anti-venom or anything like that, or anti-venom. Salt water is like Australia. Almost everything is poisonous. Yeah. Keeping a routine, I was handling my corals too much. My liver enzymes were high. Yeah. I know I shouldn't handle my corals a lot for sure. Um, it's just a matter of, finding where they're happy, and then yeah, it's probably an expensive antivenin as well. And yeah, they can also produce a cloud of ink, just like squids and octopus and all that. All cephalopods can ink, which is cool. So they are highly poisonous, according to a toxicology study of their muscle tissue. It's shown to be as lethal as the blue ringed octopus, and live between 18 to 24 months. So yeah, like a year and a half to 2 years. And but let's see. Oh wait, no, it's not venomous. The blue ringed octopus and spiny devilfish are venomous. Okay, so it's not venomous. I thought it was venomous and poisonous. I thought it was I thought it was actually both, but I'm wrong. Looking at Google, so it's poisonous. So I don't have to worry about it biting me. So sweet. I just can't eat them. Which is fine by me. I don't plan to eat any of my aquarium fish anyway, even if I am using actual like RODI, not like water conditioner. But yes, my next big, I'm waiting for after Christmas so I get my gifts, because I asked my parents for like a gift card to Marine Solutions and some other things and whatever stuff too. So we shall see what I get, and then I plan to get like a giant rock from Marine Solutions to pair with all these other rocks that I have, and maybe even get some more rocks too. Because when it comes to this tank, like I want to be able to stack them up real high. Maybe even have some of the rocks actually coming up out of the water, which would be kind of sweet. Um, we'll just see what I do, but yeah, and then get a gigantic like trash can on wheels so that I can fill it up with water to mix salt water in for water changes. But yeah, this tank is going to be like full on reef, have a massive sump, and all this other technology involved to try and get it to run as best as possible. Whereas the other one that I'm setting up for breeding mollies and shrimp in is just going to be a very, very simple tank with just mostly substrate, enough rocks to add more biomass in there for beneficial bacteria and like stuff to grow on. But I don't plan to have like any corals in there. I just am going to have, fish and shrimp to grow in. And I might even just not even have like a super expensive filter or anything like that. I'm probably just going to try and run it with a hang on the back filter or something like that. We shall see. Because I do have this heater Awaze hang on the back filter that I might try, or I might get a title. I think the title is probably what I'm gonna go with, because it has the built-in like protein skimmer on those. Um, but yeah, that one's gonna be just very simple tank. hang on the back filter and maybe a power head. This one's gonna. I have a switch already for two power heads to run like 5 seconds this way and then 5 seconds that way and then 5 seconds this way and just keep sort of switching. Maybe it's 10 seconds. I don't remember the fastest settings I can get them to kind of switch back and forth. Craig Doniger, what's up? Yep, all this talk about cuttlefish again. Don't forget that you can go to glassboxhero.org and pick out some cool merch. And use the code Cuddle25 to get an extra 15% off your order. And I got new cuttlefish merch. I'm still gonna add a some women's hoodies and stuff into the mix, and a couple more women's shirts. But I'm taking my time. I'm getting some of this stuff put out as I go because I don't want to overload the system. You can only do so much at a time. But I got stickers and T-shirts and hoodies and crew neck sweatshirts, and you get 15% off. And all the profits I get from the cuttlefish designs will go to the Cuttlefish Conservation Institute, or what was it? The initiative, Cuttlefish Conservation Initiative, to help with reef care and all that sort of stuff. And you can go on Etsy and get yourself cool 3D printed things. They have octopus and squids and other sorts of different designs. So whatever you like. I'm I'm talking about just for this month. Like, I'm not doing it forever, but just this month, for Christmas or whatever, you get 15% off, and all the profits are going to conservation. I forgot to make that clear. Like, it's just this month, so get yourself a Christmas present, or get your niece or nephew a Christmas present, because I believe I had a kid's T-shirt size as well. Um, so, and the kids' T-shirt comes in lots of different colors as well. So, and if I don't have one yet, I'm gonna get one up there. So, be patient with me. I'll try and get that done after the live stream. Get the other designs put up there. But yeah, I just want to do that and help kind of boost sales in general. So once I get people out there wearing their wanna cuddle t-shirts, then people will start asking, where they got it from. And the stickers are pretty cool too. I got a couple stickers on order. Um, Hopefully they will get in before next week. And if they don't get in before next week, that's fine. But I hope to use those as some of the Christmas giveaways and stuff that are going to happen next week, for the Fish and Friends Christmas special. I got some fun things planned, so I hope you all can join me next week. And hopefully Gina will be able to join me as well. But it's up to you. If you got Christmas Eve plans with the family, please don't skip time with your family to hang out with me. I am not worth it. Yeah, I need to now that I got my glass cutting tool, I need to clean up some of these tanks, rearrange my fish room a little bit, and then yeah, get uh get to making this sump from a saltwater tank. And I think I'm just gonna focus on having like a sump. Like I don't think I'm going refugium because then I have to mount like another light and stuff underneath the tank, which I don't really want to do. So I'm just focusing on sump and I'm just gonna focus on sump and putting all the technology down in the sump. So the protein skimmer is gonna be down there. The heater is gonna be down there. I'm gonna have a UV sterilizer down there. Um, so you know, I'm gonna have like a whole bunch of biomedia down in there and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's not really gonna have room for you know I don't my macro algae to grow. So it's gonna be pretty sweet though. The main focus is just gonna be having the water flow in different ways to break up the flow of the water and help with filtration and go through different sponge media and filter media and all that different stuff. Make it as functional as possible. Well, yeah, like a half hour left. Hook you up with a bunch of sums. Already gave away a few since I can't stand them. Huh? Well, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing is, yeah, I could always, I could buy a sump, or I could, like you said, yeah, that'd be cool to, get a sump from you, but I know part of it is getting the whole experience of, cutting glass and building my sump and all that. Like I kind of want to do it, and I already have like the right pump even for the sump. I have the right pump for the sump because I basically bought a pump that was too small for my pond outside, but it was, too big for to just put into an aquarium for like a power head or anything like that. But it would be perfect for like a 60-gallon breeder with a 20-gallon sump, pump. It would work perfect. I've never used a canister filter and I've never used a sump, but when it comes to this saltwater tank, I just want to have the most amount of filtration possible with without having just a whole bunch of crap up around the tank. The one that's, in my fish room is just gonna be simple with like a hang on the back filter. But yeah, this one is gonna be pretty great. Couple are seamless sumps, rest or regular DIY time. Oh yeah. See, I do one of those seamless sumps or whatever if I was gonna like buy one. But yeah, I'm just gonna make it. And it's gonna work just fine. It's gonna work more than fine. and it'll help increase the water volume because that's a 60-gallon tank, plus a 20-gallon long sump. So more like, 15 gallons of water, maybe when it's most full. Um, so I bought a shirt if you're wondering who that was. Oh, that's cool. Thanks. I didn't get like a notification for it or anything like that, but thank you. That's pretty sweet. Oh yeah, what was it? Siche? He talks a lot about Siche. I think that's what I didn't watch the entire video, but I think I saw that he was talking about like a Siche sump or all that, or canister filter. I have one canister that I got used with a tank, and it sucks sometimes, but does the job. My new canister on my 90 is great. Cannot stand listening to the Title 110 anymore. Hmm. So, if you don't mind me asking, what is it about the sump filters that you guys hate so much? Is it the sound? Is it like what? Like, because my understanding is that it would be like, okay, the CJ whale, sweet, yeah. My understanding is that it would be one of the easiest like filters and stuff to deal with because it's like a massive hang on the back filter, but instead of being on the back, it's underneath. So it's super accessible to just pull the sponge out and wring out the sponge and just slide it back in. And like, I don't know, it seems so much easier to use. A canister filter, I can understand the hassle of trying to clean that thing when it gets clogged up and all that, and because it spills all over the place. But with a sump filter, you just unplug the pump that's pumping in, and then it stops the water flow, and you just wait for the backflow to stop, and then that's it. I would use a sump if I had them. I use the service grease interceptors, and it's basically what a sump is. I've heard the main reason that people don't like sumps is because you kind of hear that water draining sound. Let's see, how is it a pain in the butt? I'm at least what I have in mind in trying to design my own DIY sump. I don't see how it could be a pain in the butt because there's only like one area where it could potentially get like clogged, and that is a that is where the sponge would be. And the sponge would just be easy to pull out and just wring out and replace. So I don't know. That's just me. But maybe some of those other ones, like those seamless sumps, those seem like they could be, designed, not so easily maintainable. I don't know. Yeah, if they're designed poorly, they would be noisy. Yeah, for sure. You don't want that sort of like tornado like toilet sound of draining, Um that's what I'm most worried about. Cuz right now out here in this room I don't have any filters going. I have a couple fish bowls, and it's been kind of strange getting used to how quiet it is out in my living room now versus how loud it is in my fish room. Whereas, a few months ago when I had a running fish tank out here with the hang on the back filter, there was just sound everywhere in my house. So it is kind of strange how quiet. Have one flood on you, and you'll understand. After I had one fail and flood, never again. Now, see, yeah, I can understand that failing and flooding. Um, that's why you have to make sure that even if everything fails, it can only drain the tank like so far with like the overflow to where you know your sump won't overflow. What's up, Griffin Fish Room? I mean, yeah, when it comes down to it, a sump can fail the same way any fish tank can fail too. They can burst at the seams and different sort of stuff, and yeah. But see, I've had uh, some people really like the aqua clear, the Fluval hang on the back filters, the aqua clears. That is the only hang on the back filter that I've had that failed in a way that caused it to almost drain a tank. Um, it got kind of clogged up or whatever in the sponge to where it like started sucking water out of the tank, but it wasn't like going back into the tank, and it started like overflowing on the sides of the hang on the back versus flowing back into the tank. Like, I don't remember exactly how it happened, and it's even strange just trying to think about how it happened. Like, it was going outside of the hang on the back versus back into the tank. And so yeah, I it was like it was strange. Um and yeah, I had a whole bunch of water on the floor because of that when I came home from work one day. I think it's just because of the way that it's designed. So the water has to like fill up so much in those to like flow back in, whereas most of the other hang on the backs they give you more of an inch or two of extra space for extra high flow or whatever might happen in those. So that's one of the main reasons I don't like the aqua clears. Plus they kind of have a downward flow. My favorite hang on the back filter is the Marine Land Penguin Pros because they got this beveled tip that shoots the water across the surface versus like dropping straight down more like a waterfall. It wasn't angled backwards. Maybe it kind of fell down or something. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I know it does have one of those adjustable things or whatever too that a lot like sets it on the back of the tank, and maybe it rotated on it and like did the whole thing or whatever too, but I don't remember exactly what happened. If I set up a sump, I would set it up to catch overflow and use a pump with a float in the sump. Would have to keep filters clean like any other filter. Exactly, yeah. to catch overflow and use it. Yeah. Yeah, those that too. Uh, yeah, I think you might be right. It might have been slightly sloped backwards because of I got the smallest aqua clear available, but I put it on a 5.5 gallon tank, so it probably just was not really ready for that sort of tank. Even though it says it's good for a 5 to a 20 gallon based off of the flow rate, like it probably didn't sit right on that tank. Um, that tank is still just kind of sitting there or whatever. I haven't fully taken it down. Um, but yeah, I need to take that tank down, reuse some of that hardscape. Float valve is a must. Auto top off is nice. Yeah, yeah. I'm not getting. I don't have an auto top off. Um, I probably could set up an auto top off or whatever, and I might do that sometime down the road. But as of the time being, like I can just top it off every day if I have to. It's not that big of a deal, as I'll be walking past it every single day. But oh, let me add a little bit more RO water to it. And the benefit of having the sump too, is you can dump your RO water directly into the sump versus dumping it like into the tank, so that it gets a little bit more of a chance to mix in the sump and versus and before it gets pumped into the tank versus you potentially shocking all your fish by dumping RO water directly into the tank and having the weird salinity swirls. Well, Lady Rorschach, it was great to see ya, and I hope you have a good night and make sure all those animals are good. I will be finishing up here soon. I need more stickers to fill this up. So send me your stickers. And I also asked my parents for like some different art and stuff too. So I might be changing out the art behind me with more fish related stuff. And I'm planning to hang out more pictures and stuff actually in my fish room eventually. Once I kind of figure out exactly where I want stuff to go. I need to get a frame for this one. And yeah, this one's definitely going up on the door to my fish room, even though the fish room's like always open. So yeah, or maybe I'll put this on my fence or something outside after I get my pond set up. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny though. I can't believe my friend got me that. Focus. Oh, whatever. It's having a hard time focusing on me. It's all out of whack. What the hell? Okay, there we go. You need a graffiti wall behind where you stream. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, I've lived in this house for like 3 years now, and I still have never painted anything. Like, my kitchen has a really, really weird sort of border that goes around it, which is pretty dumb. And this room is just, solid white. I might. I should actually paint this wall a different color. Maybe not like a full graffiti wall or anything because I'm not good with graffiti. It would be cool to ask somebody to paint a mural on the wall or something, but then I would end up covering part of the mural up with the fish tank. So I think I might just I don't know, I'd have to find the right sort of color though. And that's what I struggle with the most is getting the right sort of color. Because I would like to go with like blue or something like that, because that would go with the fish theme. But when you look at the rest of the stuff that I have in this room, it's kind of more brown and red. So I'm I would have to more go with like a red color. And I like red. Red's my favorite color. But yeah, the fish room has an accent wall that's kind of like a medium darker gray, uh, which is nice. If I would have really thought ahead, like really thought ahead, I would have painted the entire room that color, if not like a darker gray, um, to really make the tank stand out more. Because that's what I really love about, like these people that have these really nice fish rooms, like what Serpent Design does. He paints his entire room like that green color. Like I always wanted a room that was just like solid black. That'd be interesting. I have not Liquid Rock Aquatics. I definitely have not tried any of that fancy dancy stuff or whatever. 6 people left watching. Well, thank y'all for continuing to be with me. I know tonight's a pretty boring night, but next week's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely tune in next week. If you can. If you can't, if you can't, I totally understand. But I will be getting another parody song out soon. Hopefully, making some, more changes on different things and lots of fun stuff coming out. But I'm really excited to get this saltwater tank started and just have it start growing behind me. And if you haven't watched Serpent Design's video on his saltwater tank, definitely recommend checking it out. It's very well done video, and his coral choice was a little boring in my opinion, but he said himself that he's not necessarily drawn to the colors of the different corals and stuff. He's more drawn by the movement and stuff like that. So he just got like all green corals. And it should, look good when it all starts growing in, and he'll end up getting a whole lot more and all that. But I'm trying to get a good variety of different corals growing in all different sorts of areas and get lots of different movement, and I'm going to pack as much in there as I can. If I was really in it for free stuff, I would join all the channels. But there are people that I can't stand the sound of their voice, or they smack a steel bell with a hammer. Yeah. Oh, they had the bell with the hammer. I know what you're talking about. Or or they hit a siren, every single time somebody does anything. And it doesn't just hit the siren once, it hits it like 3 times. Do 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 do. Oh. Ugh. But I'm glad the sound of my voice doesn't annoy you, because the sound of my voice annoys the hell out of me. And I actually got made fun of a lot of for the sound of my voice when I was growing up and all that. But now I don't really care, because like I I grew up making all different sorts of weird noises and all that, but now it has kind of paid off in a different way, because my voice is very versatile and I can do lots of different like character voices and things like that. That honestly, I'm sad I haven't done enough like character voices and stuff in any of my videos, but I I don't know. I've been trying to take some of my stuff a little bit too seriously, I guess. But yeah, each like voice has its own like certain like personality that kind of goes with it. Like I kind of got this voice that's just kind of a general like old Englishman. It's kind of like a mixture between like David Attenborough and I don't know, just like I don't know. Fucking me on my nice list. Most of the stuff just kind of comes out in the moment, though. And always, if I try and just force a voice to come out at the wrong time, it never sounds right. It's not good enough. It has to be like in the moment. Somebody will say the right thing and it'll just like pop out. You gonna come out one more time and say goodbye to everybody there, Lazuli? You gonna come out? Yeah? No? Maybe? Maybe not? Maybe if I bounce around a little bit more. There we go. Just gotta bounce around a little bit to get him to come out. Do, 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 do. You gotta seem like you're fun. He doesn't want to come out of it. It's just gonna be boring. He likes to dance. These. Okay. You want to stand on them? Nope. Bye bye. All right. Let's do this one. Let's get a little bit of background music going for the end of the show. Because, it's just more fun with a little bit of background music. But you can't have it going around too much for the whole time, because then it's like, it's too much, you know. Thanks for the stream. Well, no problem at all, Sky Dancer. Hopefully I'm not like too boring or anything like that. I definitely need something more to drink than this coffee, though. I'm getting all dry and scratchy. It's getting hard to talk. Have a great weekend, Danny. Vinny is still going. Yeah, Vinny is still going. Enjoy the stream. Have a great weekend. I hope you all have a great weekend, too. I had a pretty good day. Oh, yeah, my same friend that got me the fish sign also got me a really cool Spider-Man shirt, which I'm excited about. And it's not one that I've had before, so I'm really happy with that. I almost wore it tonight for the live stream, but I didn't because I had some other stuff to do. But yeah, I got that, and it's just been a really fun weekend so far. And tomorrow I'm gonna do some City of Heroes with my friends again, and do some more karaoke. And my whole family's going out for karaoke too, so my parents will be there, and my sister and my brother will be there. So, a lot more fun karaoke with my family, because then we can do like, duets and group songs, and we'll get up and do some Eagles songs and stuff like that, and do like full like 4 or 5 part harmony. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's just a whole nother experience with my family. I like going to karaoke without my family because it's fun to do more experimental stuff and all that sort of things too. But then, with my family there, it's just a whole nother experience. And I hope my new parody is coming out soon. Yes, my new parody will be coming out soon. It will be coming out soon. I'm going to make sure of that. And, yeah, I've been singing my whole life, and I got that from my family, but I've been the most experimental with my voice. My dad has always been very much about like the proper voice of singing, blah 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 blah, and the opera voice. He grew up in church, and that's really the only way to sing to him. Though he appreciates other people's voices, he's never really experimented with it. And I always tried to push the various boundaries of my voice. So, I may be, a man, and I may have 3 older sisters, but I can do the like the Mariah Carey, Ariana Grande sort of like whistling, where I can actually sing, higher than my sisters and my mom can, because it's like. So, and I can actually go all the way from like the top down to bow. Like, my dad can sing lower than I can, I'm pretty darn sure. I've never really like pushed my boundaries like with my dad on going like low, but I know I can sing lower than my brother can. So yeah, I got like the greatest range, and then I can do the like the gruff singing and the smooth singing, and I can mimic different artists and stuff like that too, for the most part, which is what I try and do with my my parody songs and all that. So that's why I have a lot of fun with this. And Weird Al has always been a big inspiration of mine too. So, because gosh, when he raps with like Eminem and his Eminem parody, he sounds just like Eminem. That's amazing. But anyway, guys, it's 10 o'clock. It's been 2 hours. I had a lot of fun. I don't think I broke anybody's fish tanks or whatever when I hit that high C sharp, but yeah. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week ahead of you. I will see you all on Christmas Eve. And hopefully Gina will be joining us at that time as well. So thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. This is the last fall episode of Fish and Friends. And so we'll have a whole nother journey before us coming soon. So thanks again. And well, what is it that I always say, right? So long. And thanks for the fish.